Why wait until January 1st to commit to being the best version of yourself? My commitment to excellence starts today. What's good? I'm Rob Cressy. And when you're about that personal growth life, every day is an opportunity to grow and get better. And even when things are good on our journey as entrepreneurs, parents, creators, leaders, there are always going to be adversity, obstacles, and challenges that are in the way of the things that we would love to create in our life. And I know on my end that this can create a lot of anxiety and stress on a regular basis. At the same time, it's also one of those things that can keep me sharp. And right now, we are rolling out of the summer. And I'm walking down the street earlier this week, and all of a sudden, a little thought pops into my head and it goes, Rob, recommit to your excellence. And I'm sitting there and I was like, you know what? I'm about that life. I do not need a calendar to tell me when I can be great. That I actually believe one of the most powerful tools in your tool belt as a creator and as a high performer is your ability to know when you can create positive change in your life. So for me, the way that I'm doing that is with a recommitment to excellence. So here's a few things that I am doing in my life on a daily basis to recommit to my excellence, and you can as well. Number one, oh so simple, dialing in my habits, my wake up time, my edge, because one of the things that I know turns me into the best version of myself is my systems and my processes, the habits, the routines, the things that I do consistently on a daily basis that are all aligned to winning both today and in this moment, as well as in the long term. And the very simplest thing is starting with when I wake up. And one of the tools in my tool belt for creating growth is the easiest thing in the world. Just wake up 1 minute earlier. So what I will be doing over the course of the next few months between now and the beginning of the year is I will just be shaving off 1 minute at a time from when I wake up. And I don't have a predetermined saying that I'm trying to get to some number. This is about a mental game that I am playing with myself. So for example, this morning I woke up at 5:07 a.m. And 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was waking up at 5:09 a.m. Little inch, little inch, little inch. And I know by getting up slightly earlier, mentally, that created more time in my day for me to invest in who I am on the personal growth side of things. The next thing, anchoring in the power of now. One of the mantras that is just right in front of my mind right now. Today is the day. Today is the day. Today is the day. I'm operating with this level of urgency. And the summer, man, it was absolutely fantastic. In Unlimited, we are doing Unlimited Summer, where we are shining brighter in all areas of our business and our life. Side note, if you'd be interested in joining our community, go to creatingunlimited.com. But here we go, heading into September. And now vacations are over for a lot of people. And we're going to be looking at how do we finish strong? Well, guess what? We, the best in the world, we design what finishing strong looks like. And finishing strong to me is actually starting back at zero and recommitting to the best version of myself, AKA that excellence. Because one of the fallacies is waiting for everything to be better, waiting for a specific time, AKA January 1st. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. That's an arbitrary date on the calendar. The best time to commit to your excellence right now. The next thing, this also creates a very simple way of getting a head start. Because if you're like me, you are playing the long game. Because everything that I'm sharing here is a mindset, a lifestyle, and a way of being. And we do this, we create ourselves into the best version of ourselves every single day. The story that we're telling ourselves, the ways that we show up, the energy that we create, the things that we do. We do this both to win today, but here's where we really win, is in the long term. We are playing the long game. And this is where the power of intention, the power of awareness, and the power of consistency absolutely compounds. So for me in this journey right now, I've been playing this game for 12 years in a row, every single day. And I definitely plan on playing this for another couple decades on being the best version of myself. So don't wait, do it now, because when you play the long game, these are the things that others are not willing to do. Because I always ask myself, what am I willing to do that others are not? Well, very simply, recommitting to my excellence at the end of August instead of January 1st. The next thing that I'm doing, eliminating and minimizing distractions. And we all know what those things are in our life. And it doesn't mean I'm going cold turkey on this. What it just means is I have an ever-present awareness of the things that are stopping or slowing me down from creating more of what I want in my life or being the best version of myself. So here's a very simple action that you can take that sort of is the framework for how I think about eliminating distractions. What is one thing that you can eliminate that will have a massive effect on your life? That's it. Just start with one thing. And for me, this is the domino effect, because the way that I think about high performance is very binary, ones and zeros, because we just start stacking one over and over and over again. So when you remove something that is a negative one from your life, man, you create a force multiplier where you open up so much more space for you to live in those plus ones, not in those minus ones. At the same time, let's look at this on the flip side. What is one thing that you can do, that you can add to your life that will have a massive effect for you? So often people over dramatize or over pump up what change needs to look like. No, let's keep this simple. What is the one thing? And I know we all have at least one thing that we're like, yeah, if I did this one thing, this would have a massive impact in my life. So I was reading a book earlier this week. I believe it's called Arte by a guy. Don't quote me on this. I think his name was Brian Johnson. And one of the things it said is that to eliminate negativity from your life, one of the things that you can do is just by having a minimum of 5,600 steps a day. That was it. So we all know about fitness trackers or Apple Watches or Oura Rings or whatever it is going to do to quantify our well-being and our fitness. But once I heard that, immediately for me, even though I'm about that working out life, I sat there and I was like, this is the simplest thing in the world. I know from a data standpoint, if I get in 5,600 steps a day, that it will help me overcome anxiety and negativity in my life. So yesterday, I had an early morning, but it allowed me enough time to go for a 2-mile run. Usually I go for about 3.5-mile run when I go for runs, but this time it was only 2 miles. And guess what? When I was done in the morning, I looked at my Apple Watch and I had over 6,000 steps. And I sat there and I was like, imagine if I just ran 2 miles every single day, first thing in the morning, and let's say it's going to take 22 minutes, I would be guaranteed to remove negativity from my life just by doing the thing around getting my steps in. Very simple positive change. It doesn't mean that I'm committing to that, but guess what? Now all of a sudden I see the possibility. So I promise you on this, I will 100% be getting 5,600 steps every single day between now and the end of the year, because now I know the benchmark. And so much to me of high performance is, oh, well, of course that makes sense. Why would I not do that? Boom, just start stacking those things up right there. So my encouragement for you, once again, keeping this simple. What is the one positive habit or action that you can add to your life today that will have a massive benefit for you? Because ultimately, everything that I'm talking about here with your recommitment to excellence is all about your standard, because your standard is how you show up in all areas of your life. Because if you're like me, everything you do is a reflection of your brand. And I want to represent winning at all times in all areas of my life because I hold myself as the best in the world. I'm a one of one, and so are you. And this is how I'm coming to the table. This is the standard of excellence. And part of having a standard of excellence is recommitting to that excellence. Because one of the things that I hear so often from clients or in our community with Unlimited is, oh yeah, man, I just needed that reminder. Well, guess what? This is that reminder for you and for me to recommit to your excellence, that best version of yourself. And one of the things that is really helping me in creating this positive action is anchoring in who this is for. Why in the world am I doing this? Of course, I am doing this for myself. I don't need anybody to tell me to do this. This is, you know what? I've got a standard. I'm best in the world. Let's go. But at the same time, I'm doing this for my family, my wife, and my son. I'm doing this for my clients. I'm doing this for my community members in Unlimited. I am doing this for you, listening or watching to this right now. That one of the things I believe in, leading by example. So that is what I'm going to do. And I want to share this message with you because I'm living this in real time right now. And I'm a big believer in sharing what I'm experiencing and going through in my life. So if times are good for you, amazing. Recommit to excellence. Times are challenging right now for you, good. Recommit to excellence. We always have an opportunity to grow and get better. This is Growth Mindset 101. So I want to share some of this fire with you, and I would love to hear, did this cause you to think or take action or inspire you? If so, hit me up on all social media platforms at Rob Cressy. And if you're someone who has listened to my podcast or watched my videos for a while and this resonates with you, I encourage you to reach out to me and let's have a conversation about how I can be a positive asset for you and champion on your journey. You can shoot me an email, rob@robcressy.com. Sending tons of good vibes your way. Hope you have yourself an amazing rest of the day.